shadows of the past don't have to define your future. Childhood trauma may leave lasting scars, but healing is possible. In this video, we'll embark on a transformative journey to uncover the root causes of trauma and equip you with powerful tools to break free from emotional pain and unlock a brighter, more empowered you. Childhood trauma casts a long shadow on the adult psyche, often shaping our fears, relationships, and sense of identity in ways we don't fully understand. Sigmund Freud, the founder of psychoanalysis, provided one of the earliest and most enduring frameworks for understanding how early emotional wounds affect human development and how they might be healed. According to Freud, while we cannot erase trauma, we can escape its unconscious grip through self-awareness, interpretation, and therapeutic work. The roots of trauma, repression, and the unconscious. Freud believed that many childhood traumas, especially those involving fear, neglect, loss, or confusion, are repressed. The mind protects itself by pushing these overwhelming experiences into the unconscious, where they continue to influence thoughts, behaviors, and emotional reactions. A person might fear intimacy, struggle with anxiety, or experience depression without consciously linking these issues to a traumatic event in childhood. Freud emphasized that escaping this trauma does not mean forgetting it, but rather remembering it consciously. This is the foundation of his psychoanalytic process, to uncover the buried experiences, driving unconscious patterns. The talking cure, making the unconscious conscious. Freud's primary tool for healing was what he called the talking cure, a process in which the patient speaks freely about thoughts, dreams, and memories while a trained analyst helps interpret the underlying meanings. This technique, called free association, allows repressed memories to surface in symbolic or fragmented form. By exploring these moments and connecting them to current issues, the individual begins to understand how past pain fuels present struggles. In this process, resistance and transference often emerge. Resistance shows up as avoidance or discomfort around certain topics, clues that trauma may be near. Transference is when feelings toward early caregivers are projected onto the therapist. These moments are not obstacles, but essential insights into the unresolved trauma itself. Working through and catharsis. Freud didn't believe that insight alone was enough. A person must work through the emotions tied to the trauma. This involves revisiting painful material repeatedly, in a safe setting, until the emotional charge weakens. This, working through, leads to catharsis and emotional release that Freud believed was essential to healing. As the unconscious becomes conscious, the individual no longer needs to rely on defense mechanisms like repression or denial, and can start living with greater clarity and freedom, embracing self-knowledge as liberation. For Freud, escaping trauma is not about erasing the past, but reclaiming control from it. Once the individual becomes aware of how childhood pain has shaped their personality, decisions, and relationships, they gain the power to choose differently. Emotional intelligence, in Freud's terms, begins with self-knowledge. These are 7 types of human trauma, each with a real-life example and a method to escape or heal from it. 1. Acute trauma. Example: surviving a car accident or being mugged. How to escape. Short-term therapy, e.g., CBT. Grounding techniques. Talking about the event in a safe environment. 2. Chronic trauma. Example: growing up in a household with ongoing physical abuse or emotional neglect. How to escape. Long-term psychotherapy. Building safe relationships. Learning self-regulation skills like mindfulness, journaling. Breaking free from childhood trauma is possible. Learn more about healing strategies and coping mechanisms in our upcoming videos. Like and subscribe for more insightful content on mental health and wellness. 3. Complex trauma. Example: experiencing repeated abuse or betrayal by a caregiver throughout childhood. How to escape. Trauma-informed therapy like EMDR or IFS. Rebuilding trust through supportive relationships. Processing shame and distorted self-image. 4. Developmental trauma. Example: being abandoned or neglected during early childhood. How to escape. Attachment-based therapy. Inner child work. Reparenting techniques. Offering yourself what you lacked as a child. 5. Intergenerational trauma. Example: A grandchild of Holocaust survivors struggles with anxiety and fear without knowing why. How to escape. Acknowledge family history. Break silence in the family system. Healing rituals, storytelling, or therapy focused on inherited patterns. 6. Collective or cultural trauma. Example: a community oppressed by racism or recovering from colonization. How to escape. Cultural reconnection, language, history, traditions. Collective healing spaces or activism. Education and empowerment. 7. Secondary, vicarious, trauma. Example: a nurse overwhelmed by hearing patients' stories of pain and death. How to escape. Self-care and boundaries. Supervision or peer support. Time away and regular emotional processing.